Hello, it is Monday, May 19th, I think. Yeah. And I am feeling a smidgen of overwhelm with the things I have to do. I was hoping this top would be done low-key, but the customer does want the bottom squared off, not come to a point, so I'm trying to get that done. Plus I have to finish a market bag. Plus I have to make a custom loaf cat. And I have to finish editing my videos. So I think my plan is to edit my video that needs to go out for tomorrow and work on the market bag at the same time, because I don't need to count or do anything for the market bag, but I do need to do some counting and paying attention for this, like at the ends whenever I decrease. And I definitely can't do a custom loaf cat while editing because I really have to pay attention to that as well. And then I'm hoping that by Wednesday, like at some point Wednesday, I can start the loaf cat and at least get the face done, because that takes the longest, and then once I'm onto the body it goes pretty quickly. So I think that's my plan for now. We shall see. I need to go get some editing. I need to go get a drink. I just need to get all set up is what I need to do. I was just trying to figure out how to decrease these rows properly so that my pointed front and back become squared off, and I think I've got it now. So I just have to keep paying attention to each row when I decrease and when I have to stop crocheting. Okay, I got my YouTube video posted. My brain stopped working. Okay, got my YouTube video posted and scheduled for tomorrow. I'm gonna start on next week's video right now while I crochet the bag. Instead of working on the bag, I actually worked on the loaf cat. I got the face done with the ears, and I just placed some quick eyeballs and a nose that I eventually undid just to get the okay that those colors are good. She loves it. She loves those colors. I'll show them to you tomorrow or something. Feeling a little bit better. A little bit. We'll see. So I'm going to work on this bag. I'm going to edit this next video, which is really short. I did not film a lot this past week. Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, the 20th. I got a lot done last night. I stayed up way too late, but I got a lot done. And while I was doing all my editing last night, I got my bag done. So I'm feeling a lot better. I was feeling very overwhelmed yesterday. The hardest part of the loaf cat is over. I got the coloring right. The person was happy with the coloring and the nose and the eye color choice and all of that. I still need to organize all of my yarn. I don't know if I'll get to that today or not. If I
in a place where I can admit that maybe, possibly, someone out there, not me, but someone, would say.
Never me. I would never say that I have too much of one thing of yarn, but
You know.
someone might. Okay, so I'm sure there was footage of me organizing just now, probably a time lapse. But my puppy isn't feeling good. He's not a puppy, but I call him my puppy. Something's going on. He's not feeling good, so I'm gonna give him some attention and some snuggles, and take a break. I also have to go pick up my kids soon. But I am almost done organizing my yarn into bins based on color, so I can see what I actually have, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. My plan is to try to get this organized a little bit better. I need to clean up. It's more of a mess than it was before because I had to get it all out. Now I gotta put it all back together. So get it all organized in the bins, and then I'm thinking tomorrow I'll make a trip to the store. I want to return some yarn to Michael's that I'm not using, and then I want to stop by my Joann since they're on their last couple days, and I want to pick up the colors that I actually need now that I can see what I have. Like, I have a full bin of blue, like no blue needed, right? Like, just stuff like that. I definitely need more of the warm colors, like the yellows, reds, and oranges, and then I'm hoping I can stock up on some of those before Joann's closes. I also haven't even started organizing any of the new yarn I bought, and I haven't really figured out how I'm going to organize my velvets yet, so that's where we're at. But this guy is having a hard time. I think he has an upset belly. His belly feels like puffy. He's normally not this fat, I don't think, so we're gonna keep an eye on him. That's my update. Okay, so now this is a bin that I have to take yarn back or just organize it out in my garage because it's acrylic yarn. Back there is with the horse is all of my box of whips. We're gonna get to that next month. These are current projects that need done. And then we get into the bins that are organized by color. So this first bin is all of the warm colors like red, pink, yellow, orange, brown. These two bins on top have Posh and Velvet in them. And then these in the back are stacked based off of color. Blue is on the very bottom, greens and purples in the middle, and then black, gray, white on the top. So that's the way I was able to organize my yarns by color to where they would all fit and make sense. And then I moved all of my black racks to my bedroom, and weird, fluffy, like all the weird ones that I don't use all the time, but I like having for certain things. So I can just go back there and grab them when I need it. So I have like the Bernat Fluffy yarn. I have the Feels Like Bliss yarn. I have the Dollar Tree chenille yarn. I have some of that weird acrylic yarn that I had found that says like amigurumi right on it. And it is like a silky acrylic. So I threw that in there. Some Juicy Couture scraps, a bunch of like half-made hair ties that I need to finish if I find the matching Juicy Couture color somewhere in all of my storage. Oh, and then all of my Posh. All of my Posh except for the black, white, and pink. My Big Twist Posh is all in those racks. So my plan is to take those back to my room, and those can just live in there in my bedroom, and I'll just do the bin situation for now. I think it's easier to get in and out of and actually see what's in there. I set it up to where I can see every skein of yarn that is in the bins if I look at both ends. Since they're clear, there's nothing like hiding in the middle. And then I have a bunch of scraps that are all at the top of each bin. So I can see if I have any like scraps to use first. And so that'll be my method for now. The corner is getting there. The next step to the yarn corner back here is to decide what Lego sets we are going to take apart and how we're going to rearrange. So I think what's going to happen is that Rivendell is going to come apart because my son kicked his shoe off and it landed up there and kind of smushed it. And I don't feel like putting it back together. And my sister really wants Rivendell. I know she'll enjoy it. So we're just going to take it apart and give it to her with all the books and see if they enjoy putting it together. I'm also considering on taking apart maybe the tree house that was never finished. We'll see. And then up here is the Hocus Pocus house, and I haven't decided if I want to give that to my sister as well. I know she would enjoy that one. And then we'll just kind of reshuffle. I really love the Harry Potter Diagon Alley, and I don't really want to get rid of that one. I want that one to stay on display. I have a Gringotts to add to it, so This is also a Lego vlog apparently. But that's the idea, is to kind of decide what we're keeping and what we're not, and then shift around. Also, we can put up some shelves in my son's room and move some of the Minecraft stuff or Mario stuff to my son's room. So we'll see what happens. And from there, we'll just start using this more for Jerry B. Berry. I do like having Legos up there, so I want to keep some of them, like the Diagon Alleys and stuff. But yeah, I'm planning to store maybe some yarn, maybe some plushies in a more organized way. And that will be the plan.
That made it easy and approachable. I'm now able to use. I'm just really proud.
Good job, Kendra.
Yeah. Well, the other.
Yeah, it was just 2 super quick check-ins. It's all good.
Yeah. Super duper. Alright.
Bye.
Till later. Thank you. I totally forgot about that meeting. I'm glad everyone brought it up.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I don't know when we're supposed to be meeting, but...
Yes, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I get it. I was just editing the video last night where I'm working on my star blanket, and I was like watching the video of me talking about how I worked on it for like 5 hours the one day, and I'm just like, Jerry, stop working so much. Why did you crochet that blanket for 5 hours? Take a break.
Calm down.
Okay, it doesn't look much different, but I brought in my haul from Joann's. So all of this yarn is here. This is actually Juicy Couture that I bought while I was in Texas. Not Texas, Las Vegas. All that's put away in there. That is my Posh that I used to embroider. In there is some already open velvet. That's all the whips. I organized every eyeball and keychain I own and put them away in their boxes like they're supposed to be. And the desk is still kind of a mess, but oh, look at that. I rearranged all my little plushies behind me. Cleared some shelf space. Guess what I found? Shocking, I know. More velvet yarn. Nobody panicked. Gotta put this away. Okay, I know I've recorded a lot today. Sorry, not sorry. I forgot that I told my friend I would make her a little ghost girl. So I just turned this out real quick, and it made me remember that I absolutely love making little velvet things. So I'm gonna get back into that. Once this sweater is done and the loaf cat is done, I'm gonna go back to my roots and focus on my little velvet guys because they are just so cute. And like a lot of these patterns I came up with myself. So I'm thinking like, why don't I just start writing them up nicely and then maybe releasing like a big bundle or something? Like I know I sent out the bunny pattern for testing and no one was into it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I should just focus on these. I have this whole book that I can show you. This little book, all of these are little itty bitty patterns that I've written down over the past year. So I'm like, maybe I should just do that. Okay, so I got sick of doing the sweater again and I just needed like to do something fun. And I have all this velvet yarn and I bought the Crochet by Jenna mini turtle, and she actually uses the Bernat velvet yarn, and I think it's so adorable. I'm definitely going to make more of these for summer and for my market. This one's not the best, to be honest. It's super late, kind of tired. I was distracted watching YouTube, but it was just something fun to make tonight for myself. So he might just live here with me forever. His head is kind of crooked. Like this neck part doesn't look the best where I sewed it right here. Is not my favorite compared to this side. It's like wonky. And then I don't know if you've noticed already, but these two fins are not sewn on the same way. So that's that. Okay, so it is Wednesday, May 21st, and I am going to go to Michael's and to Joann's today. My Michael's opens at 9, so once I drop off my preschooler, I'm gonna run over there and return my Karen cloud cakes. So then the plan is to head to my Joann's and pick up the colors that I need. I'm aware that sounds crazy after seeing my yarn yesterday. I went shopping at Joann. I did some damage. I will do a haul at some point. If you'd like to put your guesses on how many skeins I bought, how much money I spent, you can put those in the comments and I'll let you know if you're right.
Let's do the yarn haul. Okay. We'll start with all the Juicy Couture, I guess. So, 2 skeins of Violet Tulle, 2 skeins of Violet Tulle Sparkly, 2 skeins of Nautical Blue Sparkly, just kidding, 4 skeins of Nautical Blue Sparkly. Let's see what else we got. This is
Can I go over tomorrow?
2 colors of, what do you need?
Can I go over Mike's?
I don't care. Go.
Leave.
4. Are you done? Okay, 4 skeins of the color Skyway.
Are you recording?
Yes, it is so hard to record things in this house, I swear. 4 of Skyway Sparkly. Oh, look, I found more of the Violet Tulle. 2 more sparkly, 2 more not sparkly. Okay, and then we have, what are these? This is 4 skeins of Pastel Turquoise. What else? What else? What else? Okay, this is 4 skeins of Heritage Blue.
Yeah, look at it.
4 skeins of the Licorice, which is black. And then 4 skeins of this gorgeous brown. That is Chestnut.
Okay, and then I got another white posh and I got the strawberry shortcake posh. I use those for embroidery, so I have backups now. And then I found these 2. I love these, perfect phasing. I have the like cream to orange one that I used for chickens, and I wanted to use both of these for chickens, to be honest. I got 2 skeins of Bernat Velvet Quiet Pink, but I already put it away. It's right here. I already opened it and put it away in my velvet bin, which I have to reorganize again. We'll get to that in a minute. So let me show you the rest of the stuff I got. Okay, and then I threw the new Bernat stuff up here because I don't have room in my bins right now, but I got like this mustard yellow, this sparkly pink, this like pink beige frosting. I got 2 of the color Sand. That's, I forget if that's bubblegum or the other one, or like a blush rose or something. This is a cool wine color. I actually think that this, it's so hard to do this on camera. There we go. I think this one is the bubblegum. These are 2 of the like orange creamsicle or whatever that color is. And then I got 2 almond. Oh, I think one of those is like a, I think actually this is a pink frosting and this one is a beige frosting. This one is like a tan to cream variegated, and then 2 of their buttercup. Is that what they're called? Buttercup. So that's what I got today in my Joann's, and I filled this section up for now. I will probably rearrange, but also most of these are in plastic, so I might just leave them up here so that I don't have to worry about dust or like my cat or anything getting to them. So they might just live there until I need to open them. Now we have to organize all of this the way that it needs to be, with all of its colors and matching and everything like that. And then also I had ordered a couple days ago Bernat Velvet on Amazon, so I got these today. This is the gold color. I think it's called like moss or something like that, golden moss. And I ordered this just because I had never seen this color before. And this is I'll actually just open it. This is a really pale yellow. It may look cream on camera, but it is pale yellow. And the color is called Soft Sunshine. I had never seen it, so I just wanted to try it. Yeah. So I have to redo my velvet bin, my Bernat velvet bin, so that I can actually see all the colors I have. That's how I'm trying to organize it. And then I will have to do the same with my Juicy Couture bin and get it all organized so that all of my new Juicy Couture fits in there. The Bernat blanket's going to stay up here, like I said, for now, because all of my other Bernat blanket is sorted in bins right here, based on colors. So as I need stuff, I'll use it up. And yeah. Also today I made a little blueberry and I made a little bee. So I had like an itty bitty spring collection that I released. My blueberry looked a little bit different and I changed the way that I do the top. And I still might tweak it a little bit, but this is cute enough. He's just a fat little blueberry, little bee with little cheeks. And I just forgot how fun it is to make little velvet things. I know this is going to sound absolutely insane, but I do need to order more burlap velvet because I don't have the dark green, the dark forest green, and I don't have the smoky blue. I have teeny bit of scraps that I like. This color blue, I had a teeny bit left to make this, so I'll order those at some point on Amazon, but not right now. Oh, I never told you my total that I spent at Joann's. So the total I spent at Joann's was, I hope you got your guesses in because now's your last chance. I bought 58 skeins. It was $270, but I saved $371. So that means that all of the yarn was actually worth $641. Isn't that crazy? $641 worth of yarn for $270. That's like, it blows my mind. I think shopping therapy really cures all. I think that's what it is. Hello, I don't think I filmed it all today. It's the 22nd. Yeah, it's Thursday, May 22nd. I think I just had a weird morning, and then I was on the phone a lot with family and catching up with my brother that I haven't talked to in a long time. I finished the purple sweater. She approved it. She loves it. I'm gonna mail that out tomorrow. I'm gonna finish up the... Oh no, my eyeballs. All is well. I kept the plastic covers on the eyes. Oh my god, I must drop them again. So they're safe. They didn't get any scuffs or scratches. Okay, anyways, gonna finish up the custom love cat. Once the sweater was like okayed last night and done, I late last night and this morning just crocheted whatever I wanted, which was chickens and blueberries. So, well, you can see these guys. I made some chickens with the cake of the Bernat, what do they call that? Bernat blanket that's like ombre. So, and then I also made blueberries out of some Juicy Couture. I don't think I showed you that yesterday. But I made like 4, I think, out of the Juicy Couture yarn. So that was that. I do want to keep making chickens, to be honest. I wanted to move on to the black cake that's right there, the black to white, or like the black to gray, whatever. But I really need to finish this cat first because that's like the last thing for me to do this week. And then next week, all I have as far as custom orders is a crochet. Oh my god, a cotton crop top that is the pattern by ABOC, and it is, I'm pretty sure I discussed this in an earlier vlog where my market that was a flop. The barbecue guys next to me, one of them bought a top for his girlfriend. It did not fit her, so I'm offering to exchange it. I'm gonna send him a size that'll fit her, and he's gonna send me the small back. So that should actually work up pretty fast, not like this one. The ABOC Studio pattern works up really fast for me. The part that takes the longest is like the first chain, which is usual. So that's my check-in for today. I don't think I have anything else to add. Other than that, I'm loving the new yarn corner. I love that I have yarn in the background and plushies in the background. I love that my yarn is in bins behind me that I can actually see it all and grab it whenever I want. It's making me make sure I put it back now because honestly putting it back is just kind of throwing it in the right bin instead of like having to like squish it back into a rack or something. Hello, good morning. It's Friday, 23rd. Yeah. I'm making my coffee right now, so welcome to my kitchen. Fun fact about me, Back to the Future is my favorite movie trilogy ever. I know everything about it, all of the commentary on the old DVDs that I owned. I thought I was going to marry Marty McFly when I was a small child and I saw it for the first time. Second fun fact about me is I put creamer in first, then coffee. And I will argue that that is the correct way to do it, but I won't judge you for doing it any way you want to. So, there you go. Now that we're through with that, it's kind of loud. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me now. So, as I was saying before the coffee started, I cannot say enough how much I'm loving the yarn corner now that I have like purchased. Oh my god, my skin is so messed up. Don't look. Anyways, I am so I am so in love with my yarn corner. I cannot get enough of it, and it makes me want to buy more yarn, and it's making me really excited to work. I've already worked through like 2 skeins of yarn, making chickens and juicy couture blueberries, and I'm almost done with my like my 3rd skein. Well, I guess it was a cake, but whatever. I've just been making a lot of chickens and juicy couture blueberries. I know it doesn't like look aesthetically pleasing with the plastic bins on the floor, but it's really working and I'm loving it. So today I have to lint roll this sweater, pack it up, mail it out. Sorry, got distracted. And then what else do I have on my list today? Just to get that in the mail. Oh, I finished the custom love kitty. It's right here. So I will get editor Jerry to put pictures of the actual kitty on the screen. And then this is the one that I made to match. So I did a T nose instead of an X nose this time around. I think it worked better with like the color changing that I did here. And the customer liked it. And then I know that their actual kitty had some like waves here, but it was really hard to figure out that color changing and get it to actually look nice each time. So I just kept it straight. And then the final request was to give it a butthole. So I did. Yeah, so she loves it. This is also bigger than what I usually make them. So I am like a tight tension, tight stitch crocheter, and some people are not, and that's fine. But I'm always using smaller hook sizes and tight tensions. So my usual Bernat blanket hook size is a 6, maybe a 6.5. But she wanted this to be bigger than my normal loaf cat, so I used an 8mm hook, and it looks fine to me. I think my stitches still look nice, but I could tell, like, I don't like when I can easily stick, like, my fingernail through the holes. And I felt like in the belly, like by the paws, some of these little gaps bother me. But like I said, other people don't care about this stuff. It's just a me thing. So I think it looks great, but I wouldn't like make it a habit to use an 8mm hook. So I'm still gonna stick with like my 6 to 6.5. Honestly, the only reason I go back and forth is on vibes. Like there's no rhyme or reason. They're so sim. The 2 hooks are like so similar and so close in size. And sometimes like if I'm working with this Bernat blanket ombre yarn that comes in a cake, it just something about it feels thinner than like this Bernat Brights. So sometimes I would use like a 6.5 for this one. I don't know, really, to be honest. Sometimes it's whatever is on my hook because I use these interchangeable ones. So sometimes if I go to pick it up and the 6.5 is on there, I'm like, that's what we're using today. I know that sounds wild. Sorry. So, yep. For a Juicy Couture yarn, I use 4 or 5mm hooks, and then for all Bernat velvets, whether it's baby or regular, I use 3.75. I think the Bernat baby you probably should use a smaller sized hook, but my Susan Bates interchangeables only go down to 3.75, so that's why. And my hands can't use anything else other than these now. I'm so used to them, especially the bigger grip. I have smaller hooks, but since they don't have this nice big grip that I'm used to, it's like I cannot function and my hands get really like crampy. Okay, sorry, that was a lot. So yeah, that's the plan. Get that shipped out, get the cat. I've made a bunch of chickens. So I did a whole skein of the Bernat ombre in like the terracotta to cream color, and now I'm doing a whole Bernat blanket ombre skein in the black too. It's like technically black to white, but the whitest white still looks gray. Like I can kind of show you, but it's just hard to keep the donut shape. So like this isn't as white as my shirt. You know what I mean? It still looks like that dirty gray color. So that's the color we're gonna do. Did I show you my baby chick? I think I did. I made a baby chicken with the leftovers. So it's exactly like mathematically it's half of what a regular chicken is. So if you are a regular seasoned crocheter, I can tell you how I make my chickens very quickly. I make a circle in eights, so 8, 16, 24, 32, all the way up until 48. Then I do a row of back loops only. Then I do 11 rows of 48. Then I fold it in half and stitch about halfway across, somewhere 12 to 14 stitches. Then I do about 3 rounds around the head, and you should have somewhere between 20 and 22 stitches around your head. Do 3 rounds, stuff, eyes, nose, and then just cinch up your top. Like I do like a single decrease row, and then I do a decrease all row. And then I just do surface crochet for the combs. Done. Super simple. I have thought about releasing this pattern like actually typed on Instagram for free. There are a million crochet patterns in the world for chickens, and I don't feel the need to charge anybody for mine. I just winged it one day, and the first time I did them in that ombre, that's the terracotta colors, like and cream colors, I just made each one literally different until I got to the shape that I liked, and I wrote that down, and I have a note on my phone, and I've just used it ever since. And if some of them look a little bit different, I don't mind, and it's never mattered to any of the customers. They've all just picked chickens based on like which one looked like their favorite. Like, oh, I saw a chicken that looked like this, or my mom has a chicken that looks like this, or my daughter's in 4-H club and the chicken at her high school looks like this. Like, it was never like it was never purchased because it was like prettier than the other, or this one looks funky and I don't like it. None of that. Anyways, so I may end up typing up an actual professional pattern and just releasing it for free. I just haven't decided yet if I want to. I don't know. So sorry, I know I said I was done, but I wanted to share with you, like, I don't know how everyone does their crochet notes, and I never really, as an avid YouTube watcher, I never really see how other crocheters take crochet notes, so I thought it'd be interesting to share with you guys. Like, this is what my crochet notes look like on my phone for most of my things. So like, especially without the top part, like I literally just write down like what each stitch count is in the rows, because I know how I want to increase, and then like it's just such shorthand. And then that's why it takes a while to type it into like a legit pattern, because I'm so not used to doing that for myself. Hello, it is Sunday, May 25th. I didn't film at all yesterday. Yesterday I did the Monterey Zoo Unravel Pediatric Cancer Walk Run, and that was the event where my mom was gracious enough to donate the extra money so that my name was like on the t-shirts for sponsorship. So these were the official t-shirts that everyone got for signing up for the fun run. And there's Jerry B. Berry. So I was super excited to attend that and go for a good cause. We love the zoo here, so that was that. And then afterwards, I made a duck. So I found out that this hat from LA Crochet's pattern fits on this duck, and I think I'm going to, it kind of fits. It's a bit big, but I think I'm going to modify and make my own little bonnet for my duck pattern. But this is my chicken pattern. So this is the chicken pattern that I made, but just a different head and a different beak. And then I added feet to this one, but I'm gonna work on another one right now in this lighter yellow. And then, so now I'm working on a light yellow version. This yarn is just so much softer. I've learned that the Bernat Brights is like a really hard yarn. So it's an excellent duck color, but I wanna make a duck in this color. And I'm gonna try no feet. I was running into a problem where without feet, it was like top heavy and it would fall forward. But I'm hoping if I work on the way I stuff it, it'll kind of sit like the chicken, where it doesn't fall all the way forward. It just kind of sits and it can rock a little bit. So I'm gonna do that today. And then I also do want to work on the bonnet, and I want like the really big, like old school bonnets, like Little House on the Prairie bonnets with the little hat and it ties under. I think that'll look really cute in different pastel colors. What else? Did I show you guys I made the caterpillar? I bought this pattern. I don't remember who it's by. Editor Jerry will have to throw this pattern up on the screen for you. It's super common, super popular. I was watching crochet, like crochet YouTube, and I saw another YouTuber working on it, and I decided that I wanted to try it out. So it is very cute. It's very cute. Everyone in my house has loved it. My kids have loved playing with it, but I feel like it takes longer than I expected it to. I think like after making all the body parts and then knowing you have to sew it together carefully, like this one I didn't even sew together perfectly, so that's kind of stressful. Um, we'll see if I end up making more. I do think they are very cute, but I don't know if I would make like a ton of them for a market. I mean, but yeah, so that's that. I went to Joann's. This is the last time for realsies. Tomorrow's their last day, so I went today. And yeah, they're like done. There's like nothing left. People really went through there, but everything was like 50% off of whatever the old sale was. So it was disgusting how cheap everything was. So if you want to get your guesses in real quick while I do a drum roll. Okay, I bought 52 items. I spent $107 and I saved $558. That is crazy. So this time I literally just bought one of like every Bernat blanket they had, and like I just bought some more juicies. And then at the checkout, they actually had my Susan Bates like twist and lock hook sets for $10. They're usually $60. So I just bought one in case one of mine go missing, like one of my tips go missing or something, or if I start losing my grips or they break. Like I just have a whole backup set now from like the 3.75 to 6.5 size millimeter hooks, because those are the ones I use the most. I was like, oh my gosh, for real? And then I also got some other random stuff. I got like this like snowman and pumpkin squishmallow guy. They were only $1.20 each, so I just threw those on at the end. And then I got a bunch of yarn zips. So I had seen a couple of crocheters use these, and it's like it's like they already have holes in them so that you can actually crochet through the zipper to make some bags. I got like 6 of those, and those ended up being a couple dollars each too. But yeah, then I just got like one of every Bernat blanket they had. So there's one that's called Dino Dot, Dried Flowers, Dark Teal, Stormy Ocean. Like I'll do an actual yarn haul later. And then I did get a couple, I think I did get like one, another like pink posh or something like that. But yeah, that was what I did. I just got like one of everything that they had available. Okay, so I went and got picked up my new glasses, and I talked to my mom on the phone, and she was like, Jerry, if the yarn is that cheap, just go back and get more and put it on my card. And I was like, Mom, I love you. What a smart idea. Because she was like, well, if you spent 100 and saved for 500, then if you spend another 100, you'll save over 1,000. And I was like, girl math. Yes. Okay. So I went back and I had to do 2 separate receipts because it was just so cheap. I filled up a box and they were like, that's only $52. And I was like, well, sir, I'll be right back. So, okay. This trip I spent $72 and I saved $372, almost $373 actually, and I bought 43 more skeins. So it is like literally from the hour it took me to like leave, go to Costco, pick up my glasses, pick up some Costco stuff and come back, the store's like, the yarn is like literally almost gone. I think it was like once people realized it was $1.80, they did what I did and just started filling their cart with boxes. There's 2 in my back seat and 1 in the trunk. So like total for the day, I got the 43 plus the 52. So that's 95 skeins of yarn that I bought today for less than $200. That is crazy, bro. Those Bernat blanket skeins are usually $12 a piece. That's crazy. Yeah, so I got it all put away. Hope you enjoyed that. I have about 20 or so skeins left of Juicy Couture in this box that won't fit in my tote down here. It is extra full. So I'll just take this out to my garage. I have a tote that's not full of Juicy Couture in my garage. And then, yeah, I'll just slowly keep working on the yarn corner. My aunt was incredibly kind enough to offer to take apart Rivendell for me so I can gift that to my sister. And then I hope you noticed in the vlog that I got a couple of skeins without tags on them, and they just gave them to me, to be honest. This was like this big, giant, messy, knotted ball, and I think I discovered that this was one of those Bernat cakes that had the different shades in it, where it wasn't like perfect phasing, it just came with like different shades. Like I know I have the blue version of this that I tried to use to make a stitch. So anyways, I was able to wrap all of this up, and then in this is like white and this really dark gray. So these go together whenever I'm ready to make something. She was able to untangle this and wind this up for me. And then I had picked up this skein not realizing that it had some type of like bronze paint all over it. So I just unraveled the outside layers until I got to the clean stuff. So there's still a couple spots that have the paint on it, and I'm going to see if I can wipe that off before I keep unraveling. If I can't wipe it off, I'll just cut that whenever I get to that part of the yarn and keep using it. But it was almost a full skein, so. And I was only paying $1.80. That's why I just didn't care. So, yeah, there you go. I think that's the end of this one. I hope you loved it. Hope you loved all the yarn hauls and organization. There was a lot of money that I spent at Joann's this week, but I saved a lot of money. Like, I know that I spent probably about $500, but I saved like thousands, honestly. Yeah, like I know that it ended up being like $338 and then like a $550 and then another 200 in there somewhere. And then I think my very first shopping trip I had saved like 300. So we're talking like $1,200-$1,400 that I had saved. Like, so I would have spent almost $2,000 on yarn, and I only spent $500 over this last like week of Joann yarn shopping. So my Joann's is officially closed. We'll pour one out for her. But it was good. It was fun. I love you guys. Thank you for watching.